everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing this young lady's makeup. This is my friend Alexa.
Hi.
And this is the final product that you will see if you keep watching. So thank you guys so much for watching, and subscribe and like this video, give it a thumbs up, and keep watching if you want to see how we accomplish this. Hey guys, so to start out, I am going to use the Smashbox Photo Foundation Primer, and I'm going to use the Luxie 524T brush just to blend this together all over her face. And now I'm using the Makeup Forever foundation stick, and I love this foundation. It's so natural and it feels so great on your skin. So I'm just going to use the Morphe M439 brush to blend this foundation together, but first I sprayed it with MAC Fix Plus so that it would blend the foundation better on her skin and it would look more fresh and a little bit dewy but still matte. And this foundation is just my all-time favorite, and she said that she loved it when she wore it that day. And yeah, so now I'm using the Morphe Beauty Blender just to make sure the foundation is all blended in. So now I'm taking the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I'm going to mix these two shades. This is the light shade, and then I think it's light medium, I'm not sure, but I am mixing these two shades together to get her skin tone, because the foundation was a little too light for her skin, and the concealer I had was a little too light, and the concealer she had was a little too dark, so we just mixed them together. And I put this under her eyes, on her chin, down her nose, on her cupid's bow, any blemishes, and on her forehead. And I just blended all this together with her beauty blender, and it turned out beautifully. And yeah, so now I'm going to take the Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to bake under her eyes and then set the rest of her face with this using the beauty blender. So I just took the beauty blender, dipped it in the powder, and dabbed it under her eyes and then all over her face. And this really helps to keep you matte, keeps the concealer and foundation you have on to stay in place, and it's just, it makes your skin like so beautiful. I don't even know. But anyways, now I'm taking the MAC Pressed Translucent Powder with the realTechniques powder brush, and I'm going to then just apply this all over her face too, just to make sure she'll stay matte all day, because we did go out that night. And yeah, so now I'm putting more powder under her eye again, so that if we have fallout, then that fallout will not smudge on her face. We can easily wipe it off with the powder. So I'm using the Kylie Jenner limited edition, it was her Christmas palette or whatever, holiday palette, and so I used that one shade at the top left for her transition shade. And now I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm using the shade Raw Sienna, and I'm just blending that in her crease. And then I am going to use circular and windshield wiper motions. And I am also using the Morphe M532 brush to blend all this out. And now I'm taking those two shades and blending them together in her crease from the Too Faced Peach palette, and I think it's Puree and Summer Thing or something like that, but it was those two shades. And I'm blending this in her crease with the same brush, and then in the outer corner of her eyelid, and just using windshield wiper motions and circular motions as we always do on my channel. And now taking this darker shade called Charmed, I'm sure, and I'm just using this shade to deepen up her crease a little bit. So I'm putting this directly in her crease, and then I'll just blend it in circular motions again, and then on the outer corner of her eyelid as well. And I will have all the information you need to know about what products I used down in the description box below. I will have all that listed. So now I'm taking the shade Peaches and Cream, and I'm using that to just highlight her under her brow. And now I'm taking that very shimmery shade from the Morphe E35 palette, and I chose to use this shade because it has a little peach undertone in it, and it's so shimmery and beautiful, and I thought it'd look great with this look. So I put this on a flat brush and I sprayed it with Fix Plus, and it really helped make the color pop even more. And I just thought this gave the look a really great extra glam to it. It has a little bit of peach undertone, and so that's why I wanted to use it. And it's also just really like a great color, very pigmented, very beautiful. It's awesome. And now taking the shade Red Ochre from the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm using the Sigma E25 brush, and I'm putting it on the outer corner of her eyelid. And she was like, OMG, my lips look so nasty. And I'm like, girl, your lips look fine. So now I'm taking Puree and Charmed, I'm Sure, and taking those two shades and blending them together on the Real Techniques accent brush. And I'm just going to apply this along her bottom lash line, and yeah. And then I used a little bit of the shade Love Letter just to give it a little bit more of a pop. I didn't really apply it heavily, but yeah. So now Alexa is amazing at eyeliner, so I let her do that because she does eyeliner all the time, where as of me, I don't wear eyeliner that much, so she has more practice than me. So I let her do her own eyeliner. Now she's going to curl her eyelashes, and then she's using the Lights Camera Lashes Tarte Mascara, and she's going to apply this on her eyelashes, and yeah.
And then I take Better Than Sex.
So now she's just going to apply this on her eyelashes as well again, and then using the Tarte mascara, she's going to apply that on her lower lashes. And she was obsessing over all my brushes, and she also knocked them over, but that's okay, no big deal. So now I'm using the Morphe M438 just to brush all that powder off from under her eyes since we are done with her eyeshadow. And I am now taking the Morphe M459 brush and the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I am going to apply this underneath her wing and just clean up any eyeshadow that got past her eyebrow, the outer corner of her eyebrow, or past her wing, because I wanted this to stay a very sharp look. So I just applied some translucent powder, and I'm going to leave that there, and then I'll brush it off later. So now I'm taking the Kat Von D Shade Light palette, and I'm going to use this bronzer shade and the Morphe E34 brush to apply this on her. And I'm just warming up her face basically, and then I will carve out her jawline with the bronzer and then go down her neck, and yeah. So I originally took that middle shade to warm up her face with that, and then now I took the far left shade just to kind of contour it a little bit, help shapen up her face a little bit too, and I just really needed to bring some warmth back into her face. So now I'm going to take the Real Techniques blush brush, and using the palette, the 9B palette, I am going to take that bottom middle shade, and I love this shade, so I thought I'd just give her face a little blushed look, and yeah. So now I'm going to take the M459 brush with that Laura Mercier powder, and I'm going to just carve out her contour, and this is also going to structure her face really well. And I'm going to let it sit there and bake, but I didn't do it for too long because I didn't want it to be too harsh, so then I wiped it away. So then taking that middle shade from the Kat Von D Shade Light palette, I'm using that bronzer to just slightly contour her nose. So now taking the Jaclyn Hill face palette, I'm going to use those two Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop highlighters, and I'm going to highlight the high points of her face and really make that highlight pop. So I just mixed that together, and then I put that on the high points of her cheeks, down the bridge of her nose, on her forehead, on her cupid's bow, and on her chin. And yeah, so now I'm going to fill in her eyebrows, and I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Triangle Brow Wiz. I had to think there for a second. Like I said, again, everything is going to be down in the description box below, but I'm just going to carve out her eyebrows and then fill them in and just really bring some life to them because they were a little dull. And I'm really proud of it because, like, I'm really proud of how I did because they turned out amazing and they looked beautiful on her. And yeah, so then I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel to set her brows so they do not move. And yeah, that's basically what I did. Woohoo! So now I'm going to take the MAC Fix Plus and I'm going to set her whole face with this, and I sprayed it all over so then her makeup will not move, and it is beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe and like this video. Bye. Love you. Just like, I love people with jawlines. I wish I had a good jawline.
I think you have a jawline. I mean, if you didn't have a jawline, you'd be like,
yeah.
Gotta get my scrunchie in there.